Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. So we're into the second day of the event, and the challenges seems like they're here to stay. So let's just deal with them. So the changes that network have implemented since the last Commander event, they're not too bad. Are they sufficient? I would say a bit more changes need to be made to the current format, but let's not dwell too much on the negative. Let's dwell on the positive. So the challenge missions. The challenge missions are clearly marked when they've been completed, and they include a lot more types of card for the missions, which is quite good. And I've gone through a few of the missions, and even though a few of them were quite difficult for the deck that I've been using, then they take a long time to complete, and for entertainment value, they're not really that great. You don't want to sit around playing one boss for say 2-3 minutes. You want to get through the challenges, get to the main event. So let's get into the decks that I've been using for this particular event. So as you can see, I've only got 2 copies of the support card, and with 2 copies of the support card, I'm able to deal quite a bit of damage. So I'm using Armored Beetle, I'm using 2 copies of the support card, and I'm using Grove Guardian and Cedar Firm Root. And even though they're not all commander, this deck works quite well, especially for the legend bosses. For the overkill boss, at the moment my overkill boss are 150, so they're not that strong. But when they get up to 300, I'm expecting that I'll have to put in 2 to 3 attacks to actually defeat them. So this boss actually is running dodge, and I haven't got any cards on my setup to actually dispel dodge, but it works anyway, because all I need to do is just make quick matches till the dodge goes away, and then I just do my attack. So this deck, how it actually works, well, the main damage today is going to be the 2 support cards, and the other 3 cards are the ones who actually create the power gems for the support card. So I've got Armored Beetle on this setup for 2 reasons, but the second purpose is not for this particular boss, it's for the guild boss, because the guild boss actually is running power gems silence. So on this particular setup, its main purpose is to generate 3 power gem 4s, and the 4th power gem 4 will come from the gems that you have matched previously, and this will enable us to get the extra 6 power gems from Grove Guardian and the Cedar Firm Root. And this will give us not a completely full board of power gems, because you have to fill out the space that's left with the support card. So that's the deck that I've been using for both of the legend bosses. So this is the second legend boss, and this boss is actually running panic, and panic is dispelled by the support card. So in this situation, I'm not too worried, because I can dispel whatever the boss throws at me. So it's basically the same procedure, but you don't need to go through 5 turns. In this setup, it's just a 2 turn, and the boss is actually dead. And in this setup, we are dealing over 40 billion damage, which is twice the amount of health that the bosses actually have. So we can do 100% overkill, which is quite good. So that means we can push, or we can make our way quite high up the solo leaderboard. There we go, and that's the damage that we're dealing. Quite good, love it. So this is my second setup for the challenge missions, and it's got Armored Beetle as well, 2 copies of the Sugared Sniper, and 2 copies of the Mummy. So with this particular setup, I'm able to complete about 5 to 6 of the missions. it's using 4 corrupt cards, and it's using 4 corrupt cards and 1 creature. Yeah, Armored Beetle is a creature, yeah. Now I remember. And I've got actually 5 corrupt relics on this particular setup, and the reason why I'm using 5 corrupt relic is to increase the corrupt intensity quite quickly, so that the mummy can actually generate loads of power gem 1s, so I can actually take out the bosses. So when you get into the battle, all you're gonna do is pop all your battle skills, and then you're just gonna make quick matches until the intensity get high enough. The Armored Beetle particularly is on this setup to dispel power gem silence, because I think more than one of the bosses in the challenges are actually running power gem silence. For the other skills, I don't really worry too much on those skills. So once your intensity gets above 300, all you have to do is wait until power gem silence is dispelled. You don't need to use both mummy at the same time. 1 mummy is enough, and it will create enough power gem to take the boss out. The only problem is, as you get higher, the bosses get stronger, so you'll get to a point where this deck isn't able to defeat the bosses anymore. So what I keep doing is I keep playing back over the challenges that I've already played. Unless I've got loot tickets, I'll just use my loot ticket and obtain my keys, and it's not too bad. Am I enjoying the missions? They're okay for what they were, but you know what, it is what it is. I'm just dealing with it. So there we go. This is the last boss, and as you can see, my intensity is 735. So I've got a full board of power gem 1s, and I've used Armored Beetle to create power gem 4s, and that's powerful enough to take out the last boss. So I'm still playing through the event. I'm aiming to get the Master Collection card. The Master Collection card's battle skill. Do I think it's quite good? No, I don't think it's quite good. I think it's interesting, but is it good? No. I think what would have made it good if the second part of his skill, where when a turn delay is used, he creates, I think it's 2 power gem. I think if he was creating, say, an extra 5 power gem or 10 power gem, you could use, say, 2 cards that can delay turn delay, really. Then you'll use their battle skill and you create an extra 10 power, extra 20 power gems. Then the Master Collection card will be quite powerful. But to actually get the best out of the Master Collection card's battle skill is to actually have 3 copies of the Master Collection card and 2 copies of the ultra rare, or 4 copies of the Master Collection card and 1 copy of the ultra rare, which is gonna cost a lot of money. So for free to play players, it isn't worth it really to chase after the Master Collection card and the ultra rare. It's not gonna do what you want it to do, because you won't have enough copies of either the ultra rare or the Master Collection card to actually get value for money from both those cards. So if you can get the Master Collection card, get it. It's always good to have a Master Collection card. They come in handy certain times, but value for money, I don't think they are. So don't go chasing after the ultra rare. Save your gems. Don't go chasing after the Master Collection card. If you get it, you get it. Don't start spending in gems to get an extra rune just to craft a room that you need to get the Master Collection card. It isn't worth it. If you can get 6 unique runes and get the Master Collection card, get the Master Collection card. It's not a must-have. It's a nice to have. Along with the ultra rare, it's not a must-have, it's a nice to have. The event card, if you can get the event, if you do get the event card from the 5-star collection, it will be really good. But if you're gonna spin to get the event card from the pack, save your gems. Don't do it. 2 support card along with cards from previous events that can spawn power gems they work quite good. As you can see, they work for me and they're working for me. That's the same thing I done last week, that's the same thing I done the week before, and I'll keep doing this until network actually gives us a master collection card, an ultra, and an event card that is worthwhile investing your gems in. And that's what I'm doing. I'm saving my gems until a deck comes out with event card and a master collection card and an ultra rare that is worth me spending all my gems that I've been saving, investing my gems in them. So that's what I'm doing. So hopefully information has been useful. Hopefully you like the video. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and as always, this is iOctane saying enjoy the rest of your day and peace.